Very good morning to all of you. We will see our next problem. This is also very important problem as far as exam is concerned. So let us read the next problem statement, that is, for a member ABC, this is member ABC shown in the figure, find the diameter of portion BC. This is the portion BC. We have to find out the diameter of this portion BC. If the total contraction of the member is, if the total contraction of this total ABC member is 3 mm, contraction is given, means change in the length, reduction in the length is given, that is 3 mm. 3 mm. Diameter of AB portion is 30 mm. Also we have given the diameter of this AB portion, that is 30 mm. Use capital E is equal to 200 gigapascal. Okay. So this is the problem statement. We have to find out the diameter of portion BC. Okay. So this diagram is also given in the question paper. Okay. So this is member ABC. The forces are given to its end, that is this is compressive force, that is 80 kilonewton, 100 kilonewton. Diameter is also given. Length of AB is 700 mm. Length of BC is 800 mm. Okay. So this is given data. There is reduction in the length shown by delta L, or change in the length, is equal to minus 3 mm. Why this is minus? Because it is reduction in the length. Okay. Again, diameter of AB portion, this is AB portion, is 30 mm is given. Okay. And value of capital E is given, that is 200 gigapascal. These all data given in the problem statement. This figure is also given in the problem statement. So we have to find out diameter of portion BC. Okay, so this is our intention. So let us already we have seen the how to draw the FBD for the member. So we will draw the free body diagram for this ABC member. Okay, we will start from BC and then next for the AB. Okay, so this is member BC and this is member AB, ABC member. Okay, as you know very well that we are using a one trick to solve such a type of problem, to draw the free body diagram. So keep your hand here and consider the forces beyond this hand to the right side. So there is only one force, that is 80 kilonewton, which is acting to the left side. So show here 80 kilonewton. To maintain this system in equilibrium, we have to apply equal and opposite force of 80 kilonewton to its other end. Okay, so this is about element BC. Now we have to concentrate on element AB. Similar way, keep your hand here and consider the forces which are acting to the right side. So there are two type of forces, that is this 100 kilonewton and 80 kilonewton, but this 100 kilonewton is acting to the right side and this 80 kilonewton is acting to the left side. So deduct this 80 from this 100. Okay, so that is 20 kilonewton, but acting to the right side. Okay, so show here 20 kilonewton, that is tensile. And to maintain this system in equilibrium, we have to make or maintain equal and opposite force to its other end, that is 20 kilonewton. Okay, so this is element AB and this is element BC. Already this trick we have seen in the previous problem. Okay, so the next step is very simple. We have to find out the diameter. So use the principle of superposition, that is, what is the principle of superposition? Total change in the length delta L is equal to PL by AE of element number 1 plus PL by AE of element 2, because these are the two elements. This is total change in the length. Okay, but we have given in the problem statement that is the value of delta L, that is minus 3 mm. So put this value, that is minus 3 is equal to, again this is P1, P2, L1, L2, okay, A1, A2, okay. These are the various value we have to put in this formula, so we will get the diameter, okay. Again, after putting all these values, so this is P1, P1 is nothing but this is P1, this is P2, but P1 is tensile, so take it as a positive, so 20 into 10 raised to 3 into L1 is given in the problem statement already, that is L1 is equal to 700 mm, and this L2 is equal to 800 mm. So into L1, that is 700 divided by A1 is pi by 4 into D square, D is given, that is 30 square, into E is given, that is 200 into 10 raised to 3 bracket close, okay. Now what is the value of P2? This is compressive force, so as you know very well that we are taking it as a minus because it is a compressive force, so plus into bracket minus 80 into 10 raised to 3, okay, into L2 is 800 divided by pi by 4 into D square, we have to find out this D because it is unknown, into 200 into 10 raised to 3. So our target is to find out this D. After calculation, after putting all this value into the calculator, we will get the value of D as D is equal to 11467 mm. This is the final answer. Very simple problem. Just the main important point in this problem is how to draw the free body diagram. So already I have repeated many times how to draw the FBD, what tricks we have to use for to draw the free body diagram. So just use that trick and try to solve the problem, you will get the final answer, okay. I hope so you are get what I have said to you. If you have any problem, don't be hesitant to ask, you can ask me anytime, okay. So this is problem for the 6 mark, okay. Now let us we will see the next problem. So this is the next problem statement. This problem is also asked for the 6 mark for the university exam. This figure is also given in the problem statement, okay. So let us read the problem statement, that is a composite bar is subjected to a forces as shown in the figure. These are the various type of forces as shown in the figure, okay. Just a minute. Okay, shown in the figure, small n diameter of tapering bar and big n diameter are 12.5 mm and 40 mm, okay. Diameter is also shown respectively. Determine the magnitude of force P such that net deformation in the bar does not exceed 1.5 mm, okay. So this is the problem statement we have given, okay. So let us draw the free body diagram for this element. Okay, so we will draw the free body diagram. In a similar way, first of all, keep your hand here, consider the forces to the right side. Next step, keep your hand here, consider the forces to the right side. And last step, keep your hand here, consider the forces to the right side. Okay, so we will see the forces. We will start from this element, next this, and this last. Okay, so let us consider A, B, C and D. So we will start from element CD. Next is element BC, and first one is element AB. Okay, actually this is trapezoidal element. Okay, so keep your hand here, consider the forces to the right side, that is only one force is to the right side of hand, that is 3p. So show here thrice p. To maintain this system in equilibrium, we have to maintain the same force to its other end, that is thrice p. Okay, so this is about element CD. Now consider the forces acting to the right side of hand. So there are only two forces, that is this p and this thrice p. So, but this is acting to the right side and this is acting to the left side, so deduct this from this, so we will get a twice p to the right side, that is twice p. To maintain this system in equilibrium, we have to maintain equal and opposite force, that is twice p. Okay, now in the last step, keep your hand here and consider the forces to the right side, that is there are three forces, that is twice p, p and thrice p. So these are acting to the right side, so plus it and deduct this p from these two. So 2 plus 3, that is thrice p minus p, and it is nothing but 4p to the right side. Okay, so 1, 2 and 3, these are the three elements. So the main important thing in such type of problem is how to draw the free body diagram. If you are able to draw the free body diagram, then it is very simple to solve any type of problem. Okay, so let us use the principle of superposition again, okay, to solve the further unknown quantities. So we have to use principle of superposition, that is delta L is equal to delta L1 plus delta L2 plus delta L3, because there are three elements, so delta L1, L2 and L3. Okay, but as you know very well that delta L1, L2, L3, but delta L1 is a trapezoidal section, and to find out a change in the length for the trapezoidal section, there is a one formula, that is 4PL divided by pi d1 d2 into capital E. It is for element number 1. This is formula for the trapezoidal section. If we want to find out the change in the length, then for the trapezoidal section we have to use this formula, that is 4PL divided by pi d1 d2 into E for element number 1, plus it is rectangular section, so similar way PL by AE for element 2 plus PL by AE for element 3. Put all the values in this formula. Okay, so 4 into this is nothing but P1, P2, P3, L1, L2, L3. Okay, this is A2 and this is A3. Okay, So put all the values in this formula, above formula, so we'll get the answer, value of P. So 4 into what is the value of P1? Consider this diagram. Okay, so this is P1, this is P2, this is P3. Value of P1 is 4P, value of P2 is twice P, and value of P3 is thrice P. But this is tensile 4, so it is positive. This is tensile, it is positive. This is tensile, it is also positive. Okay, so put all this value in the given formula. So P1 is nothing but 4P into L1 is nothing but 600 divided by pi into D1 is given, that is 12.5, D2 is nothing but 40. Okay, it is given in the given data. Okay, into E is nothing but 70 into 10 raised to 3. Okay, plus this is P2 is already we have find out it, that is twice P into 700. L2 is 700 divided by A2 is nothing but, this already we have calculated, that is 400 into 200 into 10 raised to 3. Okay, these all values are given in the problem statement. Okay, this 400 is also given in the given data. Okay, again this is for steel, E is given for steel, it is also given in the given data. Okay, this 70 is also given in the given data. Okay, so put all these values plus this P3 is nothing but thrice P into 500 divided by A3 is given, that is 200 into this E is given, that is 200 into 10 raised to 3, bracket close. After simplification, we will get the value of P as P is equal to 10.55 into 10 raised to 3 Newton. That means 10 raised to 55 kilonewton. This is the final answer. Okay, so put these all values in the calculator. After putting all these values, we will get the value of P, because P is unknown in all this formula. Okay, so we have to find out P. P is nothing but 10.55 into 10 raised to 3 Newton, and in kilonewton it is 10.55. Okay, so this is the final answer. Very simple. I hope so you are understood. Okay, now next we will see the next problem. This problem is also asked for the 6 to 7 mark in the university exam. Okay, so this is somewhat big problem statement. This diagram is also given in the problem statement. In the previous university exam, this problem is asked for the 6 mark. Okay, we will try to solve this problem. Okay, so let us read. A vertical steel bar, try to concentrate on the problem statement. If you are able to understood the problem statement, then it is very simple to solve the problem. If you are able to write the given data, then and then only you are able to solve the problem. Okay, so let us try to concentrate on problem statement. a vertical steel bar ABC is pin supported. Okay, ABC, it is pin supported at its upper end. This is pin joint. Okay, as shown in the figure, and loaded by 10 kilonewton force, and loaded by 10 kilonewton force to its other end, that is lower end. This is 10 kilonewton force. Okay, then horizontal beam BDE is pinned to horizontal beam BDE. This is horizontal beam BDE. Okay, horizontal beam BDE is pinned to its vertical pinned to the vertical bar at point B. This is point B. Okay, and supported at point D. This is point D. This horizontal bar is supported at point D. Beam carries a load of 25 kilonewton at end E. This is end E and it carries 25 kilonewton load. Okay. AB is having a length of 500 mm. This is section AB having a length 500 mm. Okay. And cross sectional area of 160 mm square. Cross section of this AB is given, that is 160 mm square. BC has a length of 750 mm. This BC has a length of 750 mm and cross sectional area is 100 mm. 100 mm square is given. Value of capital E is also given, that is 200 gigapascal. So calculate the vertical displacement of point C. We have to calculate the displacement of this point C vertically, neglecting the weight of bar and beam. Okay, so this is very important condition they have given, that is neglect the weight of bar and beam. Weight of bar and beam. Okay, so we have to find out the displacement of this point C vertically. So as you know very well that how to find out the displacement of this point C, it is nothing but the displacement of point C is nothing but the displacement of this element BC plus the displacement of element AB. Okay, if we will get the displacement of element AB and displacement of element BC, by adding these two displacement we will get the overall displacement of point C. Okay, so this is our target. We have to find out the displacement of point C, but to find out the displacement of C we have to take the help of this element also. We will see how to solve this problem. Okay, so first of all we will draw the free body diagram for this element, that is BDE. Okay, so we will draw the free body diagram for element BDE. This is B, this is D and this is E. So we will show the some reactions. This is 25 kilonewton which is already given. We will show here some reaction, that is at this is point D, that is RD, and this is RB we will show. Okay, now take moment at point D for this diagram. So summation of moment at point D is equal to 0. Take this condition, use this condition for this diagram. This length is given, this is 625 mm and this is 700 mm. So take moment about at point D. So consider the clockwise as a positive and anti-clockwise as a negative. Therefore this RB consider as a minus RB into this 625, okay, plus this 25 into this 700. This is positive because it is clockwise, is equal to 0. Therefore we will get RB is equal to 28 kilonewton. Okay. Now our target is to find out the displacement of C. So draw the free body diagram for AB and BC. Okay, we will draw the free body diagram. We will actually here we will get the value of RB, that is the force at point B. Okay, so it is very simple to draw as we get the value of RB for this element. So 10 kilonewton is already given, so it is very simple to draw the free body diagram. Okay, so we will draw the free body diagram for element ABC. Okay, this is AB and this is BC. Okay, in similar way this is 20 kilonewton we have found from this calculation. So I have shown here 20 kilonewton, 28 kilonewton. We are trying to draw the free body diagram for this ABC element. So this is BC and this is AB. So let us see, keep your hand here or keep your pen here. Consider the forces to the downward side. There is only one force, that is 10 kilonewton. So this 10 kilonewton I have shown here. This is 10 kilonewton. To maintain this system in equilibrium, we have to apply same force, that is 10 kilonewton. Okay, now next step, keep your hand here and consider the forces those who are acting beyond the hand, that is there are two forces, this 28 kilonewton and this 10 kilonewton. So this is acting to the upside and this is acting to the downside. So deduct this 10 from this 28, we will get 18 kilonewton. Okay, and acting to the upside. So this is 18 kilonewton. To maintain this system in equilibrium, we have to apply equal opposite force, that is 80 kilonewton. Okay, we will get the free body diagram. So let us use the principle of superposition, that is delta L net deformation is equal to delta L of AB plus delta L of BC. Okay, so put all the values. Delta L of AB is nothing but PL by AE of AB plus PL by AE of BC. Put all the values. This P is for AB, that is 10 into 10 raised to 3 into 750 divided by 100, that is area, into E is given, that is 200 into 10 raised to 3 plus into bracket this P is compressive force, so take the sign as a negative, so minus 18 into 10 raised to 3 into 500 divided by area is given for the element BC, that is 160 into value of E is 200 into 10 raised to 3. So after putting all these values in the calculator, we will get the final answer, that is delta L. At point C we have to find out the deformation, okay, for point C. So this is the addition of AB and BC, that means we will get the deformation for element C. So deformation for element or change in the length or displacement of element C at point C is, after calculation we will get 0.09375 mm. This is the final answer. Okay, I hope so you are understood. Okay, if you have any problem, don't be hesitate, try to ask the question. Okay, this question or this problem is asked for the 6 to 7 mark for the university exam. Okay, so this is about today's lecture. Thank you so much.